A leading government figure has said the government will continue with the stalled Kurdish settlement process after the upcoming general election, indirectly admitting the truth of allegations that the government stalled the negotiations due to concern that they could result in a considerable loss of support from nationalist voters. Currently the focus is on the election. The process will continue as usual following the election. We are determined to go ahead with it, Deputy Prime Minister Yalçın Akdoğan, who is in charge of the settlement process launched to resolve the country's Kurdish issue, told the Milliyet Daily on Friday. Turkey will hold a general election on June 7. Some recent public surveys indicate that the ruling Justice and Development Party, AK Party, has been losing the support of a significant number of nationalist voters, who are apparently concerned that the process could lead to the dismemberment of the country. The government and the pro-Kurdish People's Democratic Party, HDP, agreed in late February on a roadmap based on 10 articles, including a commitment to change the constitution in order to solve the country's terrorism and Kurdish problems. Akdoğan and former Interior Minister Efkan Ala appeared together with several HDP politicians when the roadmap was made public during a press conference held at Istanbul's Dolmabahce Palace on February 28. However, Erdoğan and some government officials changed their discourse on the process soon after the Dolmabahce meeting, accusing the Kurdistan Workers' Party, PKK, of not having lain down arms, despite that being a condition of the roadmap. Erdoğan even said that there was no Kurdish issue in the country. In remarks last month, the president also said the term Kurdish problem is a form of discrimination. Those who still insist that the country has a Kurdish issue use this discourse in order to occupy the country's agenda and garner more votes in elections. Calling the matter the Kurdish problem is a step toward dividing the country, a type of discrimination, Erdoğan said. Commenting on the issue, Akdoğan confirmed that the settlement negotiations had come to a standstill since the Dolmabahce meeting and put the blame on the HDP for this failure. We will get a result from this settlement whether the HDP wants to or not, Akdoğan said. Mentioning some HDP deputies who recently said they had arrived at the end of the road in the settlement process due to Erdoğan's recent controversial remarks about the Kurdish issue, Akdoğan said it is not up to the HDP alone to decide the fate of the settlement process. When we launched this process, the HDP was not even in parliament. The process will come to an end when a settlement is achieved, he said, stressing that it is the people who will decide what steps the government will take. We are not public servants tasked with realizing the PKK's aims, he added. Government could attack PKK ahead of elections. Sedat Lasener, a security analyst, has claimed that the government could launch an operation against the PKK ahead of the general election to increase voter support for the ruling party. In a statement to the aktifhaber.com news portal on Thursday, Lasener said some preparations might be made against the PKK ahead of the elections, noting that the government may feel that such an operation would help it gain more votes. However, Lasener also warned that such an operation might have unpredictable consequences. If you hope for help from war, this might cause some serious results, he said. Since the settlement process was launched at the end of 2012, the security forces have largely stopped, except for very rare occurrences, operations against the PKK.